Hello, let's do OneUp puzzle 200. Wow, so this is a special milestone puzzle, and it is a 10 by 10, which is unusual. So let's give this a shot. Okay, so how does this game work? Well, each row and column has been potentially split into multiple segments. And so like this would be a segment of length 4 next to another segment of length 4. So rows and columns do that, length 4, length 4. And every segment of length n has the digits 1 to n exactly once each. All right, I'm going to get started. I'm seeing we need 1, 2, 3 here. The 3 is given. This 2 says it can't be here because we can't repeat the 2 in this row. So that's a 1, that's a 2. That leaves 1, 3 here, but I can't distinguish them yet. Okay, what else do we have here? Here we need a 2 and a 3, and this 3 tells us the order. This we need 1 and 2. Let's see, any other small ones? Here we need 1, 2, 3, and this sees a 3 here. And this sees a 3 right below it. So this is the 3. Can't tell the 1 and 2 apart yet. Here we need 1, 2, and 6, which is interesting. Well, this is certainly not the 6, but either of these could be. What else is happening? Maybe we look at big digits. So how many 10s do we need? These are the rows that are potentially 10 across. This one needs a 10. This needs a 10. This already has one. This needs a 10. So that's 3 10s in the puzzle. And they're going to be given by 3 columns that will also need a 10. So this column, where's the, sorry, are there really 3? 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2. What am I missing here? There's already a 10 here, so I'm not counting it. But there's 1. Oh, this is not 10 long. I missed that. So there are only 2 then. This one and this one need a 10. These 2 rows, and so then this column and this column need a 10. Now this column's completely empty. So there's going to be a 10. Yeah. So there's going to be diagonal 10s, right? So what I mean by diagonal is there's this sort of rectangle where 10s need to go, where the 10 length segments intersect each other. I really wish I could highlight more for you, but I can't. I can only do one cell at a time. So it makes it a lot harder to show you. But these 2 can be 10 in this row, but this row needs a 10, and this is already occupied by a 9. So this ends up being our 10, which then means for this row here, the 10 ends up over here. So those are our 10s. So we're done with 10s. Now let's look at 9s. So because there aren't any 1 length segments, we know that 9s are going to be the same rows, but we can include this row now because it doesn't have a 9 yet, but this one does. So there's 2 rows that need a 9, this row and this row. They're right next to each other. And they're going to come from this column and this column already has a 10 in it. So we're going to end up with a 9 here and a 9 here. And now we're done with 9s. So now we can ask about 8s. I don't think there's any 2 length segments, so we don't need to worry about 8s except in the same rows and columns. So this row, and this row need an 8. They're going to come from this column. Well, this column needs an 8. It's going to come from exactly here. That's our 8. And then this column needs an 8. It's going to come from here because it can't come from these 2. So it comes from there. And then this column's going to need an 8, and it's going to come from this one. All right. So we got our 8s, 9s, and 10s for the 3 rows columns. So now when we go down to 7, there are going to be additional rows and columns, additional segments that can be 7. So for example, here, this can be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, this can be 7 long. So this needs a 7 in addition to those rows and columns. This is only 6 long. So 7 might still be quite limited here. So let's ask about 7 in this segment here. This can't be, this can't be, this can't be. Okay, so this is the 7 because this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is the 7 for this row. This row needs a 7. Can't be there or there. It could come from this column or this column. Could give the 7. This row needs a 7. Where's it going to come from? It could come from, no, this has a 7 already. That has a, wait, hold on. Where does this row get to 7? Let's double check. This is 6 long, 4 long, occupied, occupied. There's a 7 there. Occupied, occupied, occupied. There's a 7 there. Okay, I think I made a mistake then. So was there somewhere else I could have put a 7 here? Because this row needs a 7, and it's got to come from here. So let me take a much closer look. Where does the 7 come from for this row? What could I have made a mistake with already? Was it with the 8, 9, 10s? I don't see how. The 8, 9, 10s have to do these cells. There's no way we're getting away with otherwise, because they're the only 3 rows and columns that can have 8, 9s, and 10s. And so now this row needs a 7. Not there, not there, not there. It's occupied, it's occupied. So these 2 rows both need a 7, and they both need it from this column. So I've made a mistake somewhere. All right, I'm gonna restart, and we're gonna look at the 8, 9, 10s again. Here's our restart button. So we're just gonna look at 8, 9, 10s again. This row is 10 long. This row's not. This row is 10 long, and this row is 10 long. Those are the only 10 long rows. Now, are there any that are 9 or 8 long that aren't those? This one is 6 long. Ah, there's an 8 long row here that I missed. I see. Okay, that explains it. So, I do think 10s are still limited in the same way we did last time. So, in fact, we can do the 1, 2 here. That works fine. We can do the 2, 3 here. That's fine. We can do the 3 here. I think that was all we found earlier. But anyway, 10 along this row is only going to be in the one of the 3 columns that can have a 10. And this is already occupied by a 9. So this is our 10, and we already have a 10 here. So then this row's 10 is going to be here. That's fine. And then we're going to need a 9. There are no 9 length rows other than the 10 length ones. There are no additional 9 length rows. So this row is going to need, no, this row doesn't need a 9. Yeah, this is 7 long. This row needs a 9, and it's not going to come from here or here. So this row gets a 9 from there. And then this row here gets a 9 direct from this column here. Okay, so that's the 9s. Now 8s are a little bit more complicated because we have this row here that needs an 8. So where's it going to get its 8? Let's think about that first. Not from here, not from here. It can get an 8 from this column. Not from here, can get an 8 from this column. Okay. And it also can get an 8 from this segment here, which is 8 long. Okay. So what about this row? Where's it getting its 8? I think the problem is all of these rows can get an 8 from this 8 long column. So maybe we can't do 8s yet. Was there one that? Okay, so maybe 7s is where to look then, because this row needs a 7. It could get it from here, or it could get it from here. This row needs a 7. It could get it from here. What about this row then? It can get a 7 from here or here. Okay, so this is what I'm going to mark. This row here, I'm going to mark... Oh, no, it has a 7 already. Darn it. Okay, this row needs a 7. This is 1, 2. Okay. It could get a 7 from here or here or here. Okay, I don't think I'm going to be very fruitful here. I think I'm going to have to start doing some kind of markings. Because, yeah, I don't think I can restrict 7s or 8s. And once we get to 6, now we suddenly have a bunch of 6 long segments as well. We needed a 7 in this segment. Was this restricted? I don't think so. Yeah, I had a bunch of 8s placed that I shouldn't have placed. Because I didn't realize this segment had 8. Yeah, 8's in one of these two. So 8's going to come from one of these two. What about 6? 6 could come from here. Okay. But 8's going to come from one of those two. This row needs an 8. It could come from here or here. This row can't have an 8. It's 7 long. This row needs an 8. It could come from here. Maybe it's this column that needs an 8. Yeah, maybe this column is helpful. So this is 6 long, 4 long. That's occupied by 9, 4 long. This is 7 long. Yeah. 8 could come from here. Can't come from here. This is 3 long. And this is 6 long. And this is occupied, so it can't, you cut it from this one. So this is an 8 for sure. Okay, so we get at least one 8 here. Now we can ask about 7 in this row, because this is 6 long. This is 4 long. This sees a 7 already. And this is 6 long. So the 7 comes from here. Okay. So this row was helpful in that case. Who else needed an 8? This row needs an 8. It could come from here. Or it could come from here, or here. So are there 3 8s remaining? This row needs it. This row has it. This row needs it. Yeah, there's 3 8s remaining in this kind of pattern here. That's not going to resolve itself. What about 7s, though? Okay, so this row needs a 7. And so far, I can come from here. Oh, that's it. They can only come from here, because this 7 got placed. So it's not here. This is 6 long. This got a 7. That's occupied. That's 4 long. That's occupied. 4 long, 6 long. Okay, so that's our 7. And now it needs an 8, which is here where we marked. So these can't be 8s. Now this is going to be 8 because for the column, right? This column needs an 8. So that's 6 long. That's 4 long. This is 7 long. That's 3 long. That's 6 long. So this is the 8. And then now the final 8. Oops, the final 8 gets placed. Okay, so all our 8s are placed. Let's keep looking at 7s then. This row needs a 7. This row needs a 7. I think it has to come from this cell here, because this is 6 long, 4 long. I think the 7's here. This is 5 long. This has a 7 already. And then the segment ends. So that's our 7 for this segment. We have a 7. We have a 7. This needs a 7. I bet you there's only one place for it. Yeah, it's going to be from right here. Okay, so we have all of our 7s done then. 7, 8, 9, and 10 are all complete. So do we want to think about 6s at this point? Or did any of these that we placed help otherwise? I could think about 6s. Where does this row get a 6? This sees a 6 here. This is 5 long. It could get a 6 from here. This is 3 long. It could get a 6 from here. This is 4 long. This is 4 long. This needs a 6. It could come from here. 4 long, occupied, 5 long. Could get a 6 from there. This is 5 long, 5 long. This needs a 6. It could come from here. Is that it? No, it could come from here. We need 1 and 2 here. All right. We need a 6 here. That could come from here. Or here. In fact, what does this need? This needs 1, 2, 6. Yeah, I can't resolve that. And we could get a 6 from here. This row needs a 6. See, this is just giving away all its 6s, right? It could come from here or here. I don't know how fruitful these 6s are. This needs a 6. Can't come from there. There's a 6 there. Could come from here. Could come from here. That's 4. From here. So I don't see any, like, good restrictions on 6s here. Yeah, I'm not seeing any like patterns that might be useful. Ooh, what about this column though? This column needs a 6. Yeah, okay, that's 4 long. That's 5 long. That's a 6. Yeah, so I did it right. This is the 6 for this column. So that's not a 6, and that's not a 6. Okay, so I'm going to use an X-wing here. This row needs a 6, and it only comes from one of these 2 cells, right? Can't get it anywhere else. And this row needs a 6. Oop, nope. Sorry, we have a 6 here. Oh, I'm glad I double-checked that. No, that's not helpful. Darn, I was hoping to use that, but no, the 6 can be here, so I can't actually use the X-wing. I don't think there's any more I can do here. I did get this 6, though. I could go down to 5. Hold on, this column needs a 3. Nah, I can go from here or here. I'm just not seeing any restriction there. Here we need 1, 2, 5. Here we need 1, 3. We need 1, 2, 3, 4 here. Any restriction there. Here we need, this needs a 3. So that's a 3, that's a 1. Here we need 1, 2, 4. No restrictions. This needs a 5, could come from any of these. We need 1, 2, 3 here. We need 1, 2 here. We need 1, 2, 3 here. Here we need 1, 2, 4, 5. Where does this row get a 5 from? This is 4 length. This already has a 5 in it. This is 4 length. So the 5 has to come from here. And we're left with, we need a 4 as well. This sees a 4 and this sees a 4. So the 4 goes there. We're left with a 1, 2 pair. Okay. Here we need 1, 2, 3. What about this 5? Does this 5 help us? This is 1, 4. It's really hard sometimes to find the right segment to look at. I might have to be more aggressive with penciling now. I could take a look at 5 though, just to see if I'm missing anything. So let's just go row by row again. This row needs a 5. It could come from here or here. So I don't know. I wish I could highlight or something. I really wish I could highlight. You know what? Maybe I can do something here. I have this little plugin. Okay, so I've got a 5 possible here, here, and here in this column. And I've got a 5 here and here in this column. Just look at where I've marked corner mark 5s, or 5 in where I've marked 5s. And then here I've got a 5 here, here, and here in this column. So this is a swordfish, using Sudoku terms. Is it a swordfish though? Because there's a barrier right there. No, it's not a swordfish because of this barrier. Darn it. Oof, gotta be careful about that kind of thing. I don't think I can salvage that. Because the problem is a 5 could be here and here with no issues. Yeah, because the barrier, we need a 5 in both. And so that ruins the ability to say that the 5s have to end up in the circles somewhere. Okay, well, I can't do that. Let's clear this all out. I don't see why 4s would be super restricted. I'm gonna pencil mark the low digits. We need 1, 3 here and 1, 3 here. We might get some pair or something. Oh, in general, this is 1, 2. So is this. So here's a 1, 2, 3 triple. Got it. So 1, 2, and 3 will end up in these 3 cells in some order because there's 3 cells. We can't repeat a digit, and the only digits available are 1, 2, and 3. So 1, 2, 3 will get used in these 3 cells, which means these cannot be from 1, 2, 3. So 4, 5 is what's left. That's a 4, 5 pair. So now I have kind of hybrid pencil marks, which is not great. This is just 1, 4. I have to remember that 5 and 6 are, any cell with 5 and 6 is suspect. It might also be able to be 1 through 5, or 1 through 3, 1 through 4. Yeah, this is a tough one. So we just need 1, 4, 5 across here. So I'm gonna put that. I don't know. I think I'm penciling too much now, but I haven't found what I need. This is not a 5, 6 pair. I gotta be careful there. So I'm gonna get rid of all the 5, 6s that are alone. Here we need 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is 2, 3, 4. This is 1, 2, 3. And this is 2, 3, 4, because it's not 1. 1 in this column. This segment here needs a 1. This can't be 1. Occupied, this can't be 1. This can't be 1. So the 1 is placed there. That's not a 1. So we're left with 2, 3, 5, which I am willing to mark up. So everything is marked now, and as I predicted, I don't think it helped too much, but I gotta scan for like something here. I wonder if I can find like a Y-wing or something like that. That would be fun. Gotta find something. So I'm looking at chains and stuff like that. Maybe there's a wing. Oh, this segment needs a 1. Wow, hiding in plain sight, of course. Notice these aren't marked with 1s. So that's a 1, that's a 3. So we can clean up this 3, and this 3. So now this segment needs a 4. Not there, not there, not there. So that's our 4. So these are not 4s. Okay. Gotta really check to see what this got me. We have the 3 and the 4 here. This is down to 1, 2, 5. Maybe I'll look at 4s then. I haven't looked at 4s yet. 4, 4, 4, 4. There's just so many places that can be 4. Oh, there is an X-wing on 4s. So, let's go back to blue here. I'm looking at here, 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 and here. So, we're looking at the columns. So in this column here, one of these has to be a 4. And in this column here, one of these has to be a 4. But we can't have this be a 4 and this be a 4. That doesn't work. They're in the same row. And then same here. We can't have this be a 4 and this be a 4. But we do need 2 4s, right? We need a 4 for this column here, and we need a 4 for this column here. Both of them need a 4. And so we're going to end up with either a 4 like this and like this, or we're going to end up with the other diagonal, a 4 like this or like this. So ultimately what that means is we're going to have 4s like that or 4s like that, forming an X, and that's why it's called an X-wing. So the conclusion here is that there will always be a 4 in one of these two cells and always a 4 in one of these two cells, meaning we can't have a 4 here and we can't have a 4 here. So the result of that is that this cannot be 4, right? Oops, shift 4. And so then now if you look at this if you look at this column, there's now only one place for 4 in the column. So now these are not 4. So I'm going to erase this, and we can erase all of this. So that X-wing did that. What can I get out of that? Ooh, now we have a 1-2 pair. Okay, so now if I clear this out, you can look at this 1-2 pair here. So one of these will be 1, one of them will be 2, because they can't be the same digit. And so that does remove 1 and 2 from the rest of the column, leaving a 5-6 pair. I don't have any follow-up on that. This can't be 4. It doesn't seem super important to me. We placed a 4 somewhere. We have a 2-3 pair here now. So really the question is, in this row segment, where's 6 go? Because it's not here. This is 5 long, it's not here. So by placing this 4, we removed one of the places 6 could have been. So now this is the 6. That removes 6 from here. And it removes 6 from here. And now there's only one place for 6 in this row, which is right here. That removes 6 from here. Okay. Now where is 3 in this column? Only right here. None of these other ones are marked with a 3. There's a 1, 2, 3 triple there. And there's a 3 placed there. Yeah, so that's our 3. Leaving a 1-2 pair here. So we can remove 1 and 2 from the rest of, from the rest of these. So this ends up a 4. This ends up a 5 because of that. This can't be 5. This can't be 5. This can't be a 2 either. So this is our 6. That's a 5. That's a 2. We get our 3 and our 5 here. That's not a 5. This is 2 and 3. That's not a 3. That's a 4. That's 3. And what else is happening here? 1, 2. Oh, this 5 comes all the way down, giving me a 6 there. That's not 6. That's not 6. So 1, 2, 3 triple gives us a 5 there. So that's 2 and 5. That's a 4. As a result, that's 5. That makes that a 1 and a 4. Okay, now if we backtrack, there were a few others. This can't be 4. So this is 6 for the row, and this is 4 for the row. This 1 sees there, that's 2 and a 1. That's a 2, that's a 3. That's not a 3. That is a 3. That's not a 3, so that's a 3 for that column. This 2 looks down, giving us 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1. I'm sure there's something easy with these 1, 2s. Yeah, this 1 gives us 2 and 1. 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, and we're done. Wow. Took me 47 minutes. Okay. Annoyingly long there. So yeah, I probably ended up cutting out a lot of my fiddling around in the middle, just to keep this video length shorter. But yeah, I had to do a lot of fiddling to find that X-wing on 4s. So I may have ended up just cutting out a huge swath of this solve, but nothing really of value was gained from it. Anyway, yeah, really difficult puzzle today. Had to find this X-wing on 4s. That was basically necessary as far as I could tell, and boy, is that hard to spot. Okay, so 4s was the one digit that I didn't really look at much, so I probably should have realized to look at it earlier. But I didn't really expect there to be anything to find, but there it was. All right, cool. Well, hope you enjoyed this, and how'd you do?